SOS. No, that's not a call for help. What that means is stuck on story. One of the things that is very difficult for us to do once we have told our story over and over and over and over is now to step into any type of reconciliation or rebuilding phase and stage, because then what we have to do is tell ourselves or convince ourselves that maybe what story we told ourselves was not necessarily 100% true or accurate. So I understand you need to tell people what happened. I understand you're talking to professionals. You might want to tell your family members. You might want to tell your friends. But keep in mind what happens every time you tell your story. Well, it depends. Sometimes it's healing, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you're just reliving that trauma. And so what you're going to have to do is really, when you get to a point, maybe, I hate giving windows because everybody's different, but let's just say 6 months, 8 months, you can start reframing some of that story. If you're going to reconcile and rebuild, reframe that story where it's forward thinking. Reframe that story where it's healing in the future, because the last thing you want to do is be SOS, stuck on your story, because if you are stuck on your story, that's going to keep you stuck. We grow into labels. We morph into our story. So your story can be you were devastated, you were damaged, you were destroyed, you're wounded, absolutely, without question, but that's not the end of the chapter. That's a part of your book. It's not the whole book. So don't SOS, don't be stuck on your story. Make sure that there's a time and a place where you're like, okay, I got the why, I got the answers, I got what I need to know, and I can still say my story, but now I need to start adding but then, and then transition into something positive, transition into something healing, transition into something more forward thinking. Do not be SOS.